Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video of my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to summarize to you guys a really heartbroken book that I've ever read. So this book is called Grave of the Fireflies, and it is actually made up to films and it is animated. So I haven't watched the film, but I decided to read the book first so that I could summarize it to you guys. So we are introduced to two kids. The one kid is about 14 or 15 years old. His name is Seita, and he have a little sister, and her name is Setsuko. So they both live in a very happy family, but then the American and the Japanese are having a war, a very big war. So it is the year 1945, and that leads to the Hiroshima and the Nagasaki. So every day, the Americans sent a bunch of planes to Japan, and they would be dropping tons of bombs to Japan and destroying everything in its path. So the scene is very miserable, and every day they have to fight for their life. They have to hide because they didn't want to get blown up by bombs. So one day, Seita and Setsuko towns were blown up by a bomb. So they have to leave their mother and run for their life. So their mother said that she will meet them in a nearby shelter, and then they separate each other. So Seita and Setsuko grabs all their essential things like clothes, food, money, all the things that they could use to survive, and then they run off. And their mother run off too. And their dad is a soldier, and he worked for the Marine Force. So he have to fight the Americans. So Seita every day he wished that his father could be safe. So Seita and Setsuko set off and try to find a nearby shelter. Every day they try to fight for their life. They trade stuff for money and rice so that they could cook food, and then they need to survive. But then back at the time, starvation is a very big problem for the humanities in Japan, because when it is war, right? So people don't have enough food or drinks or clean water to drink, and that lead to the loss of nutrition in their body. So that will lead to starvation and a lot of illness. So that could lead to their death. So Setsuko are having like a rash, a little red pimples all over her body, and it is called a rash. So her body started to very itch, and then because of the lack of food, and Setsuko didn't have anything to eat for the past few days. So Seita decided to steal some stuff like a tomato or some potato that she could give it to Setsuko so that she could eat. And one day they arrive at a hospital, and then they meet their aunt there. So their aunt said that their mother was in a very kind of like dangerous situation because her body was all burnt and she is about to die. So Seita meet up with his mother for one last time before all the soldier in the hospital burned her body. So Seita retrieved his mother's ass and bone and put them into a box. So he lied about his mother dying to Setsuko because he didn't want Setsuko to be sad. So he said that mother is still fine, but she have to stay in the hospital for several weeks. So that he tried to comfort Setsuko so that she wouldn't be sad and cry. And he lied about his mom to his aunt. He said that his mom is still fine. She's doing good in the hospital. But in reality, his mom's dead. So that night he hid his mom's ash in a corner of his house, his aunt's house actually. And then several days passed. His aunt treated them like she let them eat less food, so that it is very unfair. So that their aunt treat her son like more well than Seita and Setsuko. So Seita and Setsuko decided to move out to a abandoned bunker nearby to live, because they didn't want to live with their aunt anymore because it's so unfair. So they decided to store off the food, buy some bowl and a mosquito net and all the essential stuff, so that they need to move to the abandoned bunker. So every day, Seita go out to work, find money, trade stuff to have money or food, and he would give all the good food, all the clean food to Setsuko because he loved his little sister so much that he would risk his life saving her and protecting her. So one day Setsuko felt really ill because she didn't have any nutrition in her body. So her health started to weaken and she is very weak now. So she often hallucinates that the rock is food and she hallucinated everything, and then one night she died. So when Setsuko died, Seita, he was really sad, but he didn't cry. He decided to put her into like a small box. Then he put in some of her stuff. He closed the box and burned it. And then he retrieved some of her bones and put them into a box. And then he kept by his side every day. But the same to Seita. A few months passed. He died too because of starvation and the lack of nutrients in his body. So at the end, all the family died. The father died, the mother died, Seita died, and Setsuko died. So in the end of the story, it is kind of like a sad ending, and it showed us that the dark side of the war. Everyone died in the war, and most of the people who died is citizens. And it is pretty sad because in the war, everyone fights for their life, and death is like a common thing in the war. So when I read this book, I feel really sad for Seita and Setsuko. And I rate this book a 10 out of 10 because it's really good. And I recommend you guys to read this book. So it is the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoy my video. Please leave a like and subscribe.